Okay, these are the actual speech critiques, and these will be done by your fantasy name. Schlinkler, you must stand when you speak. Please follow those directions. Fix your shot composition, inch or two above the head, bust line, fix all of that. Your speech was too short. You turned off the camera after the ID of the audience and before you started. That's a no-no. The audio was very distorted and disturbing throughout. Also, you had a fair amount of audio dropout. You have a tendency to use the vocalized pause, and then we're going to do the next, watch that. The ID does not get held in front of the camera. I can't read it. You have to send a copy of it to me that I have on file. Those are the instructions. Please follow the instructions. Overall, you have some good qualities in what you did. Your outline was pretty good. Your overall quality of things were in line with what needs to be done. You just went way too short, but work on those things. Moose. Slow down. Whoa, you went way too fast. Now, for all of you, there's a tendency to go a little fast or a little slow when you give the actual speech. You can rehearse all you want, but when you actually do it, you know you're doing it, you'll either speed up a little bit or slow down. But Moose, you went way too fast. Very, very hard to keep up with you when you're doing that. You must stand when you're speaking. Here we go again. A lot of you were sitting down. Watch the shot composition. Lots of audio noise. I did not see 4 people in your audience. That'll cost you severely. Your speech ended abruptly. There was no paperwork. This is not a credible speech, and it only ran 1 minute and 48 seconds. And again, you must stand while you speak unless you have a disability, in which case we must have paperwork on file. Tomahawk, good facial expression. Good for you. When you're up there and you're trying to speak to people, they want to know, is this a person I could like? And a lot of that is facial expression. Watch something. This is especially for women. Now, men, you do this too, but women, you have this little hair thing where things hang down. And so you have a tendency when it starts to hang down or it bothers you, you flip it with your head. You kind of flip it back up to get it in place. And it works. I mean, it goes out of the way. Some of you will reach up and kind of adjust it and move it back a little bit. You'll see Hollywood stars when they're on TV. They're constantly doing that because they like that hair thing that hangs down. But when you're flipping it like this, that's a very annoying tick. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating, but take a look at your video, Tomahawk, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's hard to see your eyes. You need more light coming in on your face. Smooth out the flow. When you're going in your speech and you get to a spot that's going to be a little rough, just smooth it out. You can talk through it. We don't expect perfection here, but we do expect you not to lose your place, so to speak, in your speech. Hold longer on each audience member. I must be able to see them and identify them and get some idea of how old they are. I've already told you, have them count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and I get a chance to see them. Watch the vocalized pauses. A lot of us have a tendency to think that we have to put some kind of a sound in every place where there should be a pause. And watch the ums. Then uhs and ums go together. Tomahawk, that's all yours. Your speech length was okay. Cupcake, watch your hands in your pocket. Now, if you had composed the shot according to my specifications, I wouldn't have been able to see your hands. You can hold your speaker notes in your hand, and that gives you something to do with that. It's also nice if you have like a podium kind of thing where you can put your notes. That works very well too. Your audio levels fluctuated wildly. Some video cameras have what's called AGC. It stands for automatic gain control as part of the camera. And what it does is when the audio levels are a little low, it kind of boosts them, but it also boosts hiss and other things with it. And when they're too loud, it holds them down. I suspect that is turned on your camera, and that's what's causing the audio to go up and down the way it does. Take a look and see if you can find that and turn it off. Please follow what I say about how to do your speeches. Follow the directions on the audience walking in front of the camera. Your shots, your video was shot out of focus. Overall, you have a lot of qualities that you want to build on, and the length of your speech was fine. Daisy, nice storyline, smile, show some facial expression. Now, women especially have a tendency to do this, but men do it too. So for all of you, please watch the what I call the tisk. And it's a noise that you make with your mouth. You want to avoid that assiduously. It is terribly annoying. So watch the tisk. And men, don't get smug. You do it too. And women, it's just a little more pronounced when you do it. You're a good storyteller, Daisy. You have very, very good speaker potential. You turned off the camera twice on your audience. Don't do that. Watch stressing articles. You don't say, I'm going to get a something. You say, I'm going to get a something. And watch some newscasts. Watch some professional people, and they don't stress articles. A, the, that kind of thing. Or they'll do a the, not a the thing. So watch that. And wait after you finish your speech to leave. Don't be in such a hurry to leave. You just abandoned ship almost while your last words were still echoing. The length of your speech was okay, Daisy. Nice job. You've got a lot of good potential to do well in this class. I don't know about the audience because I'm not sure how many audience members you had. Samurai, good storyteller. Hands in your pockets. You know, I shouldn't have been able to see your hands. Watch the swaying back and forth when you talk. Stand still. Now, Samurai, you have a good speaking style, and you have a high-quality, excellent speaking voice with good vocal variety. Your speech, unfortunately, was too short. You didn't have the shot composition you needed. And yet you're a good storyteller, and you have great promise. Now develop that promise. I'm looking forward to hearing more things from you, but make sure you follow the directions on how long the speech needs to be. Con, you can have notes in your hands when you speak, so you don't have to stand there naked in front of the world and try to figure out where you're going next. Watch what you do with your hands. Stand still. Don't sway back and forth. You turned the camera off after you showed your audience. I can't hear you. I can't see your eyes. At one point, about 3 minutes and 48 seconds in, you totally forgot where you were. That's another reason to have your speaker notes in your hand. And honestly, I can't hear you to understand what it is you're trying to say. I suspect you had some good qualities, but mostly in the rubric for your grades, I have a lot of question marks on introduction, body, conclusion, overall evaluation, and delivery. You must fix all that. Take a look at your speech. You need to see what I see when you do that speech. We're going to stop now, and we'll pick up in part 3.